Pam Jardieu.
Okay, and what do you do in Utica?
I'm an independent freelance grant writer and photographer. I write for mostly arts and architecture and sustainability-based not-for-profits in the area. I'm currently a consultant for the Urban Renewal Agency for the City of Utica and for Landmark Society. I do some freelance work for Munson as well. So basically all of the art, sculpture space, all of the arts and architecture firms and not-for-profits that exist in Utica.
Tell me, what's your favorite aspect of Utica?
The history and the architecture, bar none. I mean, this place is so phenomenal, really is phenomenal. It's a treasure trove of 19th century architecture, all kinds of architecture, from vernacular to highly designed, you know, all the way through to the 1950s. This place has an immensely rich cultural heritage that I really, really appreciate. I was born here. My family's been here about 175 years. But,
oh, wow.
Yeah, but I was raised in San Francisco, and I only moved back here in 2003. So it was such a blow mind to go down Genesee Street for the first time and look at all of these facades, you know. I swear to God, I thought I was at Disneyland. You know, the architecture is really, really unsurpassed. Look where we are.
Yeah,
I mean, look at this building.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. A town of this size shouldn't have the kind of amenities that we have. Just shouldn't.
What are some like shining aspects about Utica that like trump San Francisco? Because we all know like that's like a really big city.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the biggest reasons that I moved was because I was so sick of the traffic. You know, we had 3 roommates actually at the time. We were all making too much money. None of us could afford to buy a house. And it literally, one day, it took me 2 hours to go to the store and buy milk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the store was less than 3 miles from my house. So it just got to the point where you're spending so much of your time just fighting to survive. You have no time to have real friends. You have no time to really be with your family. You certainly don't have time to create because you're just so busy working. You know, you're just running on that treadmill. And I found Utica to be really affordable. I came here as a working artist. I continue to be a working artist. You can do it. What I think is great about this place is that you can use it as your home base and you can have access to the entire world. With technology and transportation the way they are now, you come to this building, you pop on the train, you're in New York City in 3 hours. You know, you can be in Boston, you can be in Montreal, you can be in Toronto, you can be in Chicago, you can be in Buffalo. You know, it's very, very easy to get to all of the major hubs along the eastern seaboard. So, you know, for what I do, that's really irreplaceable. You know, being centrally located is great. The other thing I love about it is the diversity. You know, San Francisco had a ton of diversity, and that's what I was really looking for in the next place that I moved. I really enjoy the cross-fertilization that you get from different cultures and different kinds of people. You know, there are over 50 languages spoken in our high school. This is a tremendous asset for us, really, really tremendous. And I happen to live and work in Oneida Square, right by the Refugee Center, and just on a day-to-day basis, you can see people from 15 different nations on my block. And I think that that's really, really important in the world that we live in now, especially. And I love the fact that it's a celebration city. We're full of festivals. You know, we're full of celebration. The other thing that's really great is that you have access to all kinds of local food, you know, I mean, so you have access to fresh local food, everything that can be grown within 30 miles of here. And you don't really have that in other places. You know, your food is being shipped in from China if you live in San Francisco. And it's just not, for me, it's not a healthy and sustainable way to keep living.